Good morning, everyone. It is a pleasure and honor to be with all of you. Would like to thank the organizers and the people of Panama for the warm welcome. This is an opportunity for Irene and myself to talk about two important topics that are important and urgent. One is food security and the other one is climate change. Both of them are pressing issues and necessities for the region. The first one, food security. As you know, we are one of the world's regions that produces and exports the most food, grain, and other products. But on the way out of the pandemic, with the impact of the Russia-Ukraine war, the effect has been devastating for prices and food security in our region. So I would like to start by sharing some data with you to reflect the vulnerabilities. First, for many of the countries in our region, smaller countries that don't produce as much and need to import, the price of food imports has increased significantly. And secondly, for countries that are large food producers, many of the inputs they import have seen an increase in prices, in particular fertilizers. So these two elements have had a significant impact on our region, but particularly with regard to the vulnerable populations. And we'll have a panel dealing with that precisely. And the second topic is climate change. As we all know, as a region, we have been able to transform or increase our use of renewable energies. Over the past 10 years, we have increased by 33% the share of renewables in our region. But population growth in a region which will significantly increase means that we are lagging behind in order to achieve such levels. So these are two important topics, both for the region and for the IDB group, and would like to talk to you a bit more about that. Thanks, James. Indeed, the picture you presented stresses why, at the IDB Group, we are prioritizing food security and the decarbonization of the economy, and why we're also working in an integrated fashion to meet the Sustainable Development Goals, and particularly also working as regards zero hunger and climate change, seeking to meet the Paris Climate Agreement goals, which emphasize the importance and urgency when it comes to harnessing innovation to come up with a much more effective response to these challenges, which otherwise won't go away. So I will make a few remarks from the angle of innovation, which is the focus of IDB Lab. As a region, we have a huge opportunity in this regard. Innovation is not easy, and there are challenges in order for it to be effective in this field. From the point of view of financing, we see three challenges. One is that there is no pipeline. There aren't enough mature projects yet that do deliver an effective response in this area. We still need to flesh out the pipeline. So, along with other partners, we are developing responses such as the Green Hub, an initiative which brings together private, public, philanthropic, and climate capital to accelerate. It's a sort of sandbox, an incubator and accelerator for projects that can have an impact in terms of environmental sustainability and also as regards climate, while tackling the food security challenges. The second challenge linked to finance is the fact that even where the pipeline is there, there's still a lot of friction or inefficiencies as to how the financiers seeking the projects can get to find them. So we are working for the Amazon region as part of a collaborative partnership, Eco-Invest, to facilitate a lot more the matchmaking between supply and demand, with a particular focus on bioeconomic solutions, eco-entrepreneurs, trying to find ways to harness the natural capital of the Amazon while enhancing environmental conservation. So once we have this much smoother connection, the projects start to grow, and then comes the third pillar, the finance. After the first two phases, the financing is still lacking. And I mean startups which are springing up around the world, but when they are well into the early stages, they face other difficulties. And this is why we have such solutions as Equity for Development, a conversion vehicle, as part of which we've invited third parties for them to be able to benefit from our ability to originate investment opportunities, offering also a chance to work with us as part of the investors. But it's not all about finance. We also need to tackle the capacity side of things, and there's a need specifically to foster more rapid growth without reinventing the wheel, without duplicating efforts across regions, while fostering joint ventures or exchanges, bringing together innovation from different parts of the world. And we've seen this at work in the region. Umitron, a Japanese company, is present in Peru, working on the productivity of smallholder farmers. We've seen an Israeli company, Suplan, working in Paraguay, also with small-scale farmers to enhance irrigation systems and make them more efficient, which may bring more effectiveness and accelerate the scalability, so that this is not just about small-scale pilots. And here there's the continuum between IDB Lab and IDB Invest, because you get to the scalability and growth level and can then join efforts in order for the financing to continue through IDB Invest. And as these ideas continue to expand and develop, we ourselves evolve as a group. And I wanted to share with you three pillars that will prove important as part of the evolution of the IDB private sector. First, it's about truly raising our ambition level. Today, we have indicators that are highly decentralized, and we want to be a key focus, as our president said yesterday during the session, when it comes to the climate, social, physical, and digital infrastructure agendas. In other words, increasing our focus and being laser thin in terms of our focus. That's the first thing. The second point is that today we are limited in terms of the products that we can offer as a group. So we need to expand our technical advisory capacity, and also with regard to venture capital investments. So that's the second point. And the third point, and probably the most important one, is how we act as a group. As a group, we have the capacity to help countries and the private sector to solve and resolve development issues. So when you connect the focus, product expansion, and when we work as a group, we feel we have great chances to help all of our countries and clients. So we have already seen a few exercises. The example in Chile is one, working with government and private sector on decarbonization. Other great examples have to do with large food producers in Ecuador, Brazil, Argentina, and Paraguay. We've had several good examples which will be elaborated on as part of the next panel. Thank you, James. As you see, this is a whole group sort of thing, working with IDB Invest and IDB Lab alongside the private sector, with a commitment to continue working to address the food security challenge, as well as to deal with the climate crisis. Certainly, during the panels, you will see this at work, so do enjoy that. Thanks very much, and we'll stay in touch.